As a first-time traveler, I was surprised to know that Kazan is the only city in the world that has a temple that brings all the religions of the world together. But wait, we will move along stepwise and take you through the whole journey to the cleanest city of the world. This video will help you in Kazan as a first-timer. Be sure to subscribe and enjoy the journey of cities around the world. So, let's begin our journey. Kazan Kremlin. Starting with the Kazan Kremlin, originally the Tatar fortress, was destroyed by Ivan the Terrible when he captured the area in 1551. Over the next century, it was rebuilt in Russian style as a magnificent Kremlin with new fortifications and a cathedral. It nowadays also contains a mosque, museums, galleries, shops, and cafés, and is inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage List. Unlike Moscow's Kremlin, you're free to enter and stroll, but you pay for individual sites within the complex. These are lined along the central boulevard, mostly on the left as the buildings on the right are under reconstruction. They're listed below roughly south to north, in the order you'd come to them. Kul Sharif Mosque. Gorgeous mosque, completed in 2005, and named after the 16th century Tatar imam, who died at the hands of Ivan the Terrible's army. Ground floor prayer hall is only open to men. Second floor balcony is for women's prayers. Best view is from the third floor observation balcony. The dome is in the shape of a lotus flower and the many windows flood the prayer hall with light. Note the malachite columns on the minbar. Some of the 99 names of God are inscribed on the inside of the upper dome and on the window glass, and the name Muhammad is written in a blue disc at the front of the prayer hall. Verses from the Quran, including an incantation against envy, are written on tile in the four corners of the hall, and the names on discs suspended lower in the hall are those of the four rightly guided caliphs and some of the early prophets. Suyumbike Tower. Suyumbike or Suyumbike Tower in Kazan is among the most famous sights of the city. Considered the pearl of the Kazan Kremlin, the tower remains shrouded in legend, with ongoing debate regarding its original purpose and the cause of its famous slope. Unfortunately, all the chronicles which reference the construction of Suyumbike Tower have been lost in various fires, and the image of the tower is missing in the first handwritten accounts of Kazan. Historians treat this legend as a fairy tale since the tower was clearly built much later than the death of Ivan the Terrible in 1584. However, the exact date of its construction remains unknown. During World War II, measurements and sketches of the tower were made so that in the event of its destruction it could be more easily recreated. Temple of All Religions. Temple of All Religions is a unique complex located near Kazan, in the Tatarstan village of Staro Erekino. Also known as the Ecumenical Temple, Universal Temple, and Temple of Seven Religions, it includes an Orthodox and Catholic church, a mosque, Chinese pagoda, Buddhist temple, Jewish synagogue, and symbols of several ancient religions. The temple does not function as a religious building, but is regarded instead as an international cultural center whose purpose is to unite followers of different faiths. The temple is the brainchild of local architect and public figure Ildar Khanov. While still a student, Ildar Khanov concocted the idea of creating a center which would unite all religions. Bauman Street. Bauman Street in Kazan is the main tourist artery of the city which leads to the Kazan Kremlin. The perfect place to soak up the atmosphere of this bustling capital of the Russian Republic of Tatarstan. Bauman Street is renowned for its historical sites, monuments, theater, fountain, souvenir shops, cafés, and street musicians. On Bauman Street, the Kazan Kremlin, Epiphany Cathedral, St. John the Baptist Monastery, historical Kazan Hotel, Kashalov Drama Theater, and the Press House are all worth a visit. Be sure to take a photo with the Monument Cat Kazan and the carriage of Catherine the Great, and don't forget to throw a coin into the famous frog fountain. On warm summer evenings, hang around to enjoy the creativity of street musicians. Kremlevskaya Street. Kremlevskaya Street is one of the main streets in the historic center of Kazan. It begins at May 1st Square and stretches all the way to the Kazan University complex. The street dates back to the 16th century. However, most of its surviving buildings were constructed relatively recently, in the 19th century. Kremlevskaya Street is known for its many historical and architectural monuments, including the Kazan City Hall, formerly the City Duma, the National Museum of the Republic of Tatarstan, formerly Gostiny Dvor, Ushkova House, the main building of Kazan University with its charming courtyard, and the Alexandrovsky and Chernoyarovsky passages. Tugan Avylum. The national complex Tugan Avylum, translated from Tatar as native village, opened its doors in 2005, marking Kazan's 1000th anniversary. Styled as a traditional Tatar village with intricately carved wooden houses, a mill, bathhouse, and mosque, the complex allows visitors to immerse themselves in Tatar traditions, culture, and everyday life. The complex features the Tugan Avylum restaurant, Alanash Cafe, a pancake house, and the Shab Lounge Bar. There are also souvenir shops and charming cottages where guests can purchase handmade items crafted by Tatarstan artisans, including ceramic and porcelain dishes with national patterns, silver jewelry, wooden crafts, and more. The mill offers national costume try-ons and workshops, while the neighboring Tatar Muncha bath complex provides a traditional Tatar bath experience. Guided tours and interactive programs with a national flair are regularly held at Tugan Avylum. A delightful soft toy museum, Mishkin Dom Bear's House, located here is also a must-visit for families with children. Kazan isn't just a city, it's a story. A story of resilience, diversity, and silent strength. It doesn't demand your attention, it earns your awe. So if you ever find yourself standing at the crossroads of East and West, let Kazan be the place where you finally understand what harmony looks like. Because one day in Kazan is enough to make you want to come back again and again. Stay tuned for exploring the cities around the world with us.